Lesson 1. A Guide to Pronunciation. Zulu employs European alphabets. Some of the sounds of Zulu, however, cannot be catered for by alphabets. And another unusual feature is the use of the clicks, of which there are 3 in Zulu. Whereas in English, some of the letters may have differing pronunciation. E.g., the letter A in the words man, may, and ma. Below are vowels, semi-vowels, and consonants in Zulu. Vowels. A is pronounced as a, as in a word fa. Examples: vala, vala, which means shut. Lala, lala, which means sleep. Umfana, umfana, which means boy. E is pronounced as a, as in a word wet. Examples: geza, geza, which means wash. Sebenza, sebenza, which means work. Yebo, yebo, which means yes. I is pronounced as E, as in a word in. Examples: visa, visa, which means call. Caesar, Caesar, which means help. Nge, nge, which means I or me. Fika, fika, which means arrive. O is pronounced as O, as in a word or. Never as in hope, as often mistakenly pronounced by white. Examples: bona, bona, which means see. Izolo, izolo, which means yesterday. Into, into, which means thing. U is pronounced as U, U, as in a word full. Examples: vula, vula, which means open. Funa, funa, which means want. Umuntu, umuntu, which means person. Semi-vowels. Y is pronounced as ye, ye, as in English word yeast. E.g., uyise, uyise, his father or her father. W is pronounced as we, we, as in English word well, e.g. amawele, amawele, which means twins. Consonants. B is pronounced as V. V. This is soft B sound pronounced with a bilabial inclusion, e.g. ubaba, ubaba, my father or our father. Vala, vala, which means count. BH is pronounced as bo. Bo. This is hard B sound pronounced as in English word bed. This is bilabial explosive sound, e.g. bala, bala, which means write. Ibala, ibala, which means a barrel. C is pronounced as this is a click sound. It is a sound sometimes made in English to express exasperation. The sound is made by pressing the lip of the tongue against the forepart of the upper mouth and then withdrawing it, e.g. Ela, ela, which means ask. Eba, eba, which means to inform against. CH is pronounced as chi. Chi. This is the C sound aspirated, e.g. chela, chela, which means sprinkle with water. Ichibi, ichibi, which means pond. D is pronounced as day. Day. This is pronounced as in the English dark, e.g. itata, itata, which means dark. Tega, tega, which means lay the table. DL is pronounced as this is a fully voiced sound. It is a merging of the normal English D and L sound, e.g. dlala, dlala, which means play. F is pronounced as it is pronounced as in the English word fair, e.g. faka, faka, which means put in. Funa. Funa, which means want. G is pronounced as K. K. It is pronounced as in the English words golf or gather. It is never given a G sound as in the word gentle, e.g. goba, goba, which means bend. Igama, igama, which means name or word. GC is pronounced as C. C. This is a voiced combination of the G and C sound, e.g. Kaba, Kaba, which means vaccinate. GQ is pronounced as K. K. This is voice combination of G sound and the click sound K. E.g. Qiba, Qiba, which means berry. GX is pronounced as K. K. This is voiced combination of the G sound and the click sound K. E.g. Kakaza, Kakaza, which means lick very much. H is pronounced as sh. In some words, this is pronounced as in the English word hand, and in others as in the Afrikaans word hand. The double H for the second H sound is no longer used. E.g. hamba, hamba, which means go. Ihashi, Ihashi, which means horse. HL is pronounced as it has no equivalent in English, e.g. Hlaba, Hlaba, which means step. Hlala, Hlala, which means sit. J is pronounced as G. G. This is pronounced as in the English word jig, e.g. jiga, jiga, which means make a turn. K is pronounced as K. K. This is pronounced as in the English word skim, e.g. ikati, ikati, which means cat. In many Zulu words, K represents softer sound than this. Sometimes between a K and a G, e.g., ukuma, ukuma, which means to stand. Uthukela, uthukela, which means Tugela River. KH is pronounced as K. K. This is an aspirated sound. It is pronounced rather like the C in English word comb, e.g., ukhezo, ukhezo. KL is pronounced as This is often found to be the more difficult sound to pronounce. It is the type of tearing sound made towards the back of the throat, e.g., kaya, kaya, which means to cut into strips. L is pronounced as L. L is pronounced as in the English word land, e.g., lamba, lamba, which means be hungry. M is pronounced as mm. Mm. Is pronounced as in the English word man, e.g., umama, umama, which means my mother or our mother. N is pronounced as N. N is pronounced as in the English word nine, e.g., nuka, nuka, which means smell. NC is pronounced as ng. Ng. This is a nasal sound. It is a combination of the N sound and the cyclic sound, e.g., ncika, ncika, which means lean against. NG is pronounced as nge. Nge. This is pronounced as in the English word linger, e.g., amanga, amanga, which means falsehood. NGC is pronounced as ngri. Ngri. This is a voiced nasal sound, e.g., ingcindezi, ingcindezi, which means hardship. NGQ is pronounced as ngqi. Ngqi. This is a voiced nasal sound. E.g., ungqi, ungqi, which means full stop. NGX is pronounced as ngqi. Ngqi. This is also a voiced nasal sound. E.g., ngama, ngama, which means be angry. NQ is pronounced as ngqi. Ngqi. This is a nasalized form of the Q click sound, e.g., ingama, ingama, which means ram. NX is pronounced as ng. This is a nasalized form of X click sound, e.g., inxeba, inxeba, which means wound. P is pronounced as P. P. This is pronounced as in the English word speech, e.g., ipiki, ipiki, which means a pig. PH is pronounced as P. P. This is the aspirated form of P sound. It is never pronounced as in the English word phone, e.g., paga, paga, which means dish out or dish out food. Q is pronounced as K. K. This is a click sound. In order to sound this, press the front part of the tongue against the upper part of the mouth, and then release the tongue sharply, e.g., kamba, kamba, which means makeup. QH is pronounced as K. K. This represents the aspirated form of this click, e.g., kamuka, kamuka, which means appear. R The R as pronounced in English word does not occur in Zulu. It is now found in a number of imported words, e.g. iraisi, which means rice. S is pronounced as S. S. This is pronounced as in the English word silk. It is never given the Z sound as in horse, e.g. siga. Siga, which means cut. SH is pronounced as sh. Sh. This is pronounced as in English word should, e.g. sugar, sugar, which means rub together. T is pronounced as T. T is pronounced as in the English word dot, e.g. totoba, totoba, which means walk with a halting gait. TH is pronounced as T. T. This is an aspirated form of T sound. It is never pronounced as in the word this, e.g. toba, toba, which means foment. TSH is pronounced as ch. Ch. This is pronounced as in the English word chick. Although the Zulu sound is more ejective, e.g. chinga, chinga, which means throw away. V is pronounced as V. V is pronounced as in the English word velua, e.g. vala, vala, which means close. X is pronounced as k. K. This is the sound sometimes made to indicate the exasperation or to urge the horse to greater speed. E.g. ixoxo, ixoxo, which means frog. XH is pronounced as K. K. This is the aspirated form of the X-click sound, e.g. Xuma, Xuma, which means join together. Z is pronounced as Z. Z. This is pronounced as in the English word zinc, which is ziba, ziba, which means pretend.